Morocco is more than just sunshine and spices. It is a genuine enigma, where every corner conceals secrets and contrasts. Would it surprise you to discover that this nation boasts actual blue cities, such as Chefchaouen, where all the homes are painted in celestial hues? This is not merely a tourist ploy, it is an entire philosophy. And what about the Moroccan desert, where the Russian language can be heard? Yes, you heard correctly. Our compatriots reside there, having chosen to conquer this exotic land. Have you ever encountered Gnaoua? This ritual is both terrifying and captivating, blending music, dance, and ancient rites, compelling one to feel part of something larger. And let us not overlook the Moroccan women who extract the oil for which individuals are willing to pay hundreds of dollars. In this video, we will unveil all of these secrets and more. So, prepare for a genuine journey through Morocco, where conventional stereotypes will crumble like a house of cards. Fact number 1. Morocco, where Africa, Europe, and the East converge in a dance of contrasts. Do you doubt it? Let us delve into it. This nation is a true tapestry of cultures, where Arab traditions coexist with Berber customs, and African roots ensure its heritage is not forgotten. Envision tribes that continue to inhabit the mountains, preserving an oral tradition. After all, they lack even a written language. This is not a joke, it is reality. And in cities such as Marrakesh and Fez, clay houses seem to salute contemporary skyscrapers and the fashionable boutiques of Casablanca. This is a contrast that cannot fail to move you. From the Atlantic, where surfing is not merely a hobby, but an entire philosophy, to the desolate expanses of the Sahara, where the wind whispers its secrets. And amidst this chaos are mosques without minarets. Yes, you heard correctly. In Morocco, one can witness the harmonious coexistence of the old and the new. And this is not merely a bedtime story, it is genuine life. To immerse oneself in this cultural kaleidoscope is to discover a nation where everything is, in reality, far more intricate than it initially appears. Fact number 2. Chefchaouen, a blue oasis that drives one mad. Let us venture into Chefchaouen, a city where the color blue is not simply a fashionable trend, but a way of life. Here, everything from the walls to the doors is meticulously painted in varying shades of blue. There exists a rather intriguing history behind this blue symphony. Sometime in the 1920s, Jewish refugees brought with them the tradition of painting homes blue. Why specifically blue? It is believed to symbolize the heavens and aid in focusing on the spiritual. And for us, ordinary tourists, it is simply the ideal backdrop for Instagram photos. You cannot resist the temptation to capture every corner. Even the streets in Chefchaouen resemble a modern art exhibition. Vibrant doors, wrought iron details, and flowering plants create a picture that is impossible to tear one's eyes away from. Let me tell you a secret. Even the street cats here appear as Instagram stars, posing against these blue walls. Tourists flock here not only for the photographs, but also to contemplate how color can alter the perception of space. In short, if you wish to feel as though you are in a fairy tale where every corner exudes history and beauty, Chefchaouen is your choice. Fact number 3. Fez, where leather is processed with the aroma of history. Let us delve into Fez, where the craft of leather processing is not merely a job but an actual alchemy that halts time, dating back to the 10th century. Here, in the ancient Tanneries, workers submerge hides in vats filled with a mixture of lime, bird droppings, and natural dyes. Yes, you heard correctly. No chemicals, only nature in its purest form. And the scent? Oh, it is such that it could be sold at auction alongside paintings by Picasso. Tourists who dare to risk their sense of smell receive sprigs of mint to somehow mask this aroma, which serves as a reminder that genuine magic transpires here. However, despite all of these aromatic delights, the tannery quarters remain popular. Why? Because it is living history, where one can witness how labor and traditions intertwine in every movement of a worker's hand. Nothing compares to witnessing how leather transforms from a coarse hide into a masterpiece that will be worn by countless individuals. In essence, if you desire to genuinely experience the spirit of Morocco, journey to Fez, and do not forget your mint. Fact number 4. Gnaoua, rhythms that compel the soul to dance. Let us immerse ourselves in the realm of Gnaoua. This is not merely music. It is a genuine symphony imbued with the spirit of ancient African rituals. Here, Arab, Berber, and African traditions converge, creating something astounding. Envision castanets, drums that beat like a heart, and melodies that incite a genuine trance. It sounds like the plot of a horror film, does it not? But do not hasten to flee. For Moroccans, this is a sacred act, where each sound is a key to purifying the soul. Many tourists who attend such performances view everything with trepidation. However, in reality, it is like plunging into another world, where rhythm and movement are the sole laws. Participants dance as if drawn by an unknown force, and you may observe them entering a state of trance, as if hypnotized. Yes, this may seem strange, but for the local residents, it is not merely a dance, but a means of communicating with ancestors and spirits who, in their belief, aid in healing and purification. Therefore, should you embark on this exotic adventure, prepare to relinquish stereotypes and permit the music to seize you. After all, who does not desire to have a little fun and converse with spirits? Fact number 5. Behind the walls, the sacred seclusion of Moroccans. Consider why Moroccans are so reluctant to permit strangers into their homes. It is because their home is not merely a place for sleeping and eating, but an actual fortress, a sacred territory where inviolability reigns. Opaque walls do not merely shield from prying eyes, they symbolize a special connection to culture and traditions. The interior decor is like a cherished secret, accessible only to the chosen few. When you are invited inside, it is not merely a gesture of politeness, but an entire ritual of trust. And this is where the most intriguing aspect commences. You can witness how much Moroccans value coziness and beauty, but only if they decide to open their doors to you. If not, remain outside and attempt to guess how wealthy the neighbors are. It is like a game of guess what's behind the walls, where each house may be either modest or a genuine palace, but this can only be judged by its exterior. Ultimately, Moroccans keep their homes under lock and key, safeguarding them like precious jewels, and only those who have genuinely earned trust can peek inside and appreciate all the beauty of their lives. Fact number 6. Berbers, a mysterious tribe that rejects Arab identity. Here's an intriguing fact for you. Moroccan Berbers, or Amazigh, do not consider themselves Arabs. And this is not merely a play on words. They possess their own language, their own traditions, and even a flag, which they proudly raise in their mountains. This people continues to preserve its identity. Despite the pressure of the surrounding culture, communities that speak dialects lacking a written script and lead a practically medieval existence still reside in the Atlas Mountains. Yes, you heard correctly. In the 21st century, there exist individuals who are not in a hurry to adapt to modernity. They reside in homes constructed of stone and clay, cultivate their own produce, and even employ ancient farming methods. It is as if you have glimpsed into the past, where there is no Wi-Fi or social media, and communication occurs face-to-face, over a cup of tea. Berbers possess customs that may appear strange to the outside world. Their weddings are genuine celebrations with dances and songs that last for several days. But here is what is intriguing. Despite all of their traditions, they are open to change, provided it does not threaten their culture. Therefore, if you wish to witness how indigenous peoples who have not lost their identity live, journey to the mountains of Morocco. Just do not forget that you must respect their customs here, or you risk encountering disapproving glances that will speak louder than thousands of words. Fact number 7. The intricate labyrinths of the Medina. How easily one can become lost in Morocco. If you believe you know what intricacy is, you lack experience in Moroccan Medinas. These ancient quarters are genuine labyrinths, where narrow streets and winding alleys lead to markets teeming with vibrant colors and sounds. It is exceedingly easy to become lost here. Take a wrong turn, and you have been wandering for half an hour. You were seeking the exit, but instead, you discovered yet another stall brimming with the most peculiar spices you have ever beheld. And navigators do not function here. It is as if someone decided that technology is not for this location. Local residents comprehend this perfectly and readily offer their services. For a small fee, they will guide you to the exit, as if you have paid for a VIP excursion through your own unfortunate wandering. Even becoming lost here is an entire business, and do not believe that you can simply take a stroll with a map. A street may abruptly terminate, and you will be compelled to retrace your steps, which, incidentally, is also quite captivating. The local markets are a separate story. The aroma of spices, the sonorous laughter of vendors, and the alluring scents of food that make one's mouth water. However, if you do not wish to spend eternity here, it is best to memorize each street where you turn. Otherwise, do not be surprised if your exit resembles a new point on your personal adventure map. Do not forget that the Medina is not merely a district, it is an entire life, where every street is brimming with surprises and unexpected occurrences. Fact number 8. The Russian language in the desert. How Mohammed discusses Brezhnev amidst the sands of the Sahara. In Morocco, where the sun shines brightly and sand permeates everything, you can encounter not only camels but also individuals who will readily engage in conversation with you in the Russian language. This is because the influx of tourists from post-Soviet countries is overwhelming, and local guides, like mushrooms after rain, have begun to master the language to avoid losing clients. And there you are, wandering through the Sahara, attempting to comprehend how you even arrived here, and suddenly you stumble upon Mohammed. He smiles and recounts the perestroika, shares amusing anecdotes about Brezhnev, and you cannot help but be amazed at how effortlessly he switches between Arabic and Russian. It is like encountering Father Christmas in the tropics. It seemingly should not occur, but you see him, and it does not evoke shock in the slightest. These are not merely chance conversations about politics. Mohammed can recount life in Morocco and its culture in such a way that you forget where you are. You are not merely traveling. You are entering a unique reality where desert sands and Russian words intertwine in a single dialogue. Therefore, should you decide to journey to the Sahara, do not forget to prepare a few phrases in Russian. Perhaps Mohammed will become your guide to a world where East meets West. And this is not merely a beautiful phrase, but a reality brimming with intriguing encounters and unexpected occurrences. Fact number 9. The tea enigma of Morocco. How to pour so as not to offend. If you believe that tea is merely hot water with herbs, then you are profoundly mistaken. In Morocco, mint tea is an entire philosophy, a ritual that can only be compared to a dance where each step matters. Imagine that you enter the home of a local resident, and you are greeted not merely by the host, but by a genuine magician who is prepared to conduct a tea ceremony with you. The teapot is raised high above the glasses, and the stream of liquid falls like a waterfall, lending this action an almost acrobatic elegance. To pour tea correctly is an art. And if you suddenly decide that you prefer it without sugar, prepare to be perceived as a cultural barbarian. To refuse tea here is not merely a whim, but an insult for which one can become offended. Tea is not merely a refreshing beverage. It is a symbol of hospitality, friendship, and respect. Even if you dislike sweets, you will have to resign yourself. Sugar is added without fail. Therefore, prepare your taste buds for a surprise. This tea can be found everywhere, in a small street cafe or in a luxurious restaurant. And everywhere it is served with the same reverence, as if it were the elixir of life. Therefore, should you find yourself in Morocco, do not miss the chance to savor this sweet, minty beverage and simultaneously learn the art of pouring. Perhaps you yourself will become a tea magician. Fact number 10. Cats. Sacred creatures in Morocco. If you believe that a cat is merely a domestic pet, then a genuine revolution in your perception of felines awaits you in Morocco. Here, these creatures are regarded as something akin to a blessing. And do not be surprised if you observe them peacefully strolling through the streets, as if it were their personal territory. Cats unreservedly saunter through cafes, participating in conversations over tea, and occasionally even peek into mosques. And this is not a joke. Local residents gladly feed them, or even leave bowls of food on their doorsteps altogether. All of this is connected to Islamic beliefs, in which a benevolent attitude toward animals is not merely good manners, but a part of the culture. According to legend, the Prophet Muhammad himself loved cats, and once even saved a cat from a flood. And since then, they have attained the status of honored guests. If you attempt to chase away a cat, You may be asked if you have lost your mind. After all, in the eyes of Moroccans, this is almost akin to sacrilege. Therefore, should you find yourself in this nation, prepare not only to savor the local cuisine, but also to share space with these blessed creatures. In Morocco, cats are not merely animals, they are genuine participants in life. If you are fortunate, one of them may become your faithful companion for the duration of your trip. Fact number 11. Donkeys have become the kings of the narrow streets. If you believe that only camels hold the status of a means of transport in Morocco, then you are gravely mistaken. In the ancient districts of Marrakech and Fez, donkeys and carts are genuine stars. Cars cannot pass here, as in a dark forest where not a single beacon shines.